Hey, JDS, Washington County News. Good morning. Drone shots. Hey. How's everybody doing this morning? Won't be long, guys. I didn't send out my invites yet, so I'll do that now. Now, boys, no arguing. Here. Okay, there. And send. Okay, just sent out all my invites. Hey, Builder710, how you doing? Sleeping Bear, good morning, good morning. AZ Drone Dude, Drone Shots, JDS, Washington County News. I'm glad everybody's here this morning. Okay. Close that. Put that over here. Yeah, I'm just finishing setting up, guys. I missed everybody's sunrises this morning and everything, and got up about a half an hour ago. Hey, Jackson, RC Aviation, good morning. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? Good morning. Sorry I missed all your sunrises and everything this morning, guys. I missed about half an hour. I'm awake. Had my breakfast and everything. Come on. Yeah, Rodney, I sent you an invite on Thursday. I forgot you were going back to work. I'm doing good there, Rodney. Yep. Hey, Neil, how you doing? Jackson RC, been working all week. Hey, Carpenter Rick. I forgot to send you an invite, Carpenter Rick. I just saw you there.
Good morning, Roger.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Well, I just got back from flying a couple of ships.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's cool.
Yep. I actually went down to fly one ship and ended up getting two. So, and one of them was a tug.
Okay.
It was upbound by itself, so
Yeah.
figured out what the heck. I was flying a little closer to the water than I normally do. I was flying like 20 feet off the water, but it's always a concern when you fly that close to the water that you'll get some kind of spooky reflection in the water into the sensors, and it won't.
Okay.
It's liable to dive or something. Good morning, AZ Drones.
Carpenter Rick's in the house.
Gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hey, Rick.
Good morning, Paul. How's it going?
Another day in paradise, as they say.
Another day in paradise. That's good.
Rodney, are you too busy this morning? You want me to send you an invite also? Or are you going out somewhere? It's up to you, Rodney. Your camera's off, Rick?
Yeah, I'm figuring it out. Just give me a second.
That's okay. Oh my God. Ooh.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Got
Yeah,
it
it's
figured out.
quite nice here today though. It's touch wood, so far no wind.
Lots of sunshine. Pretty cold here though.
Yeah. Here too. It's not that warm here, I know that.
Yeah, it's -8 right now.
Okay, Rodney, I'll send you an invite. Hold on. Okay, not used to this new Zoom way they fix things up there. There we go. Send.
You don't have to stay on my account, JDS. I can read the chat. I can read the chat on my tablet, but I can't type in because there's no account on this tablet yet.
Okay.
Flying Neil, where are you?
-2 in Northern Ontario. It's about the same thing here right now.
I'm good, JDS. Just making some breakfast.
Yeah, I got up. I went to bed around 11 o'clock last night, and dang, did I sleep. Elliott Lake. That name sounds familiar.
I'm 2 hours south of you. I'm on Manitoulin Island, just south of Gore Bay. Gonna get that Mavic Mini out today, Roger?
Well, we're gonna do work on the property here a little bit. Put up
Right.
that new cam, and we'll see how it goes after that.
Nice. Yeah, I figured once after it's been 3 years, I'll join your stream at least for a few hours this morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Good morning,
Rodney.
Rodney.
Yeah, I figured once. After
Yeah, I just got back, Rodney, from flying a couple more ships. So I missed your live stream this morning.
Yeah, I figured once.
Yeah, you gotta fly when you can fly.
Yep.
Hello, JDS.
Hey, Rodney, this is Carpenter Rick. It's on the panel.
So it's finally good to see a face with the name.
Good to see you, sir.
How you been doing, Rick?
All is good here.
I appreciated you coming into the live stream this morning.
I try to hit everybody's live stream as often as possible.
Oh.
Pretty good community we all have here, that's for sure.
It sure is, sure enough. Roger, I didn't fly this morning. I did do a live stream, but it started raining as I was setting everything up.
Oh, crap.
So,
Okay. I know I got up at 6. I got up at 6 o'clock. I saw you were talking. You were going straight to Dennis's and I didn't make it to Dennis's flight. I fell back asleep.
well, no worries.
Yeah, I had to go back and lay down.
Good morning, Gary.
I don't know. I'm glad you guys are having.
Again.
Is it still raining down there, Rodney?
Yeah, it's more of a sprinkle now than a rain, but wet is wet.
Okay. So I gotta go and get my son around noontime. I gotta bring him down here so he can help Kim with the yard. And
They're
put my
also going to
can.
work on your camera, outdoor cameras, right?
Yeah. Supposed to. As long as nothing changes there, supposed to. See, right now it's doing 32 Fahrenheit. The winds are 5 miles an hour. That's 0 degrees
You can fly in that.
Celsius. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fly. Yeah. Just gotta want to leave these guys alone too, working there. I'll probably most likely be driving a tractor while they're raking up and shoveling everything in the trailer.
I did a bunch of that myself yesterday, Roger.
Yeah, here's because our snowblower guy throws everything on the lawn, right? And we got a lot of gravel on the lawn.
Yep.
Hey, Eagle VP, how you doing this morning? Good morning, good morning. No, you
Yes, you caught onto the play, did you?
yeah, Jackson RC. Yep, you can't do that anymore. YouTube took the privileges off. Hey, Corey Mano. Good morning. Good morning. Sika Hunter. How you doing? Brent Ariels. Paul, did you take your meds this morning? There you go. Little
Yes.
town, Elliott Lake.
There, you were talking about that go-to channel thing.
Yeah.
There is a an
Go-to.
extension for Chrome that you can put into Chrome.
Yeah, I kept on for 5 minutes. I took it off.
Yeah, I'm fixing to take it off too because I have found out that it works great for the first few minutes, and then all of a sudden, like I clicked on somebody's name in my live chat.
Yeah.
A few minutes ago, and it went to my page.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't my name. My name wasn't anywhere near the person I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to take that extension out because
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't seem to be working right.
Because I tried it a couple of times and I took it out right away. And because also those guys, they send what do you call that? Their you can get spam by the third party and all that in there.
Yeah.
Did I send a link to Andrew Pusa Studios? Did I? Can't remember.
I think John was a little surprised how dense the bush is here yesterday when I was on.
Yeah, he was.
Speaking of John, I wonder how he's doing.
I feel terrible about that whole situation. That's just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
We are talking about John DiNardo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing is bad.
Yeah.
That's why I've been hiding here since March 8th.
Oh, Roxy. Dang you.
Blind Neil, same thing. I'm on 5 acres in the middle of about 600 acres.
I'm gonna put my dog outdoors, guys.
Rick, you're pretty secluded.
Really secluded. The whole county only has 400 people.
Wow. The whole county.
Yep.
Whew.
But I like it that way.
Hey, that's the way I'd want it. So where you live? You're in Canada, right? Or
Yeah, I'm on the world's largest freshwater island.
oh, okay,
So it's top end of Lake Huron, basically.
gotcha.
But unfortunately for work, Rodney, I travel all over Canada, so I only get to spend 3 or 4 months here a year.
Oh man. Well, at least you get to spend some time there.
That's it. And the Carpenter Union looks after me, so I'm okay with it.
I've known some people that they're home long enough to pack clean clothes and drop off their laundry to their wives, and they're off on another trip around the world.
That's why I have 2 ex-wives.
my old boss, when I was working in living in Texas, he was like that. And I had to travel with him a couple of times. He's a good guy, but man, he work.
Yeah. Well, I did the work, and then I ended up buying this place for 110,000 cash. So I have no mortgage, no debts, no bills, just doing my thing now.
That's good. That's very good.
That is good.
Brandon, how you doing?
My dream home is, you know, to have a house on 100 acres of land with a 33-acre lake and nobody around me for a couple of miles.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Oh, hell yeah.
That'd be enough. I could walk out on my back porch and go fishing or go hunting, or if I just wanted to shoot off a few rounds, I could even do that.
Oh, that's what I can do here, Rodney. That's never far.
Awesome.
But I lease the other 600 acres, so we're allowed to hunt it. There's no ponds on it, but it's all good.
Oh, well, you're on an island. You don't need.
Yeah. Lots of fishing.
So, what kind of fish do you find in Lake Huron? I assume if you were going to fish, it'd be in Huron.
Actually, I don't fish Huron. I fish all the inland lakes with all the speckled trout and lake trout, but you can get anything in Lake Huron.
Yeah.
Yeah, even including coho salmon.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've even got dinosaurs. We've even got dinosaurs swimming around here. They call them sturgeon, but they look like a dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. You know what? A friend of mine, she stood about 4'5". Her and her husband went fishing. We were stationed together at Mare Island Naval Shipyard there in Vallejo, California. And we were fishing at the headwaters of the Napa River that feeds into the San Francisco Bay. And she hooked onto a sturgeon. It took her 2.5 hours and her husband's help to get that thing in. And it was huge. It was so much taller than it was a good 6 foot.
Yeah, they're huge.
And, well, they get to be huge. I knew a couple of divers from the dive team. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew.
On the dive team here from St. Clair County, and they go out and practice all the time in the swift waters of the St. Clair River, head right at the bottom of Lake Huron. You know where that is, Rick. And they're down there, and they say it's like flying because they're tethered to the boat, and they just put their arms out, and it's like flying. And one day, the two of them, they said they almost swallowed too much air. Up from the bottom came, it looked like, at first they thought it was a telephone pole, but it was moving, and it was one of those, and it went right between them, and they said it was 28 to 30 feet long.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff probably 10, 12 feet. I couldn't tell what it was, and I didn't really want to get any closer, but I assume that's what it was.
Yeah.
There was a guy, same bay, San Francisco Bay. He hooked onto a sturgeon, and he was like out in the middle of some harbor there in the bay, and the fish pulled his boat around for 4 hours, and he was trying to reel this thing in. And when he got it in, I forget how long it was, but it was considered a record, and they estimated it to be 200 years old. It's a sturgeon.
Wow.
So that's a huge fish.
That's what you call vintage eating there.
Yeah.
So, cheers, JDS.
It's not rotten yet, Paul. It's not your flavor.
But you know they use sturgeon eggs for caviar.
That's
Yeah.
caviar, beluga, and then sturgeon. That's the two.
Yeah,
They can keep it.
I would never eat any kind of.
Then you're like,
Never.
It just doesn't sound appetizing to me.
No, me neither.
If it's an egg and it comes from a chicken, I'll eat it. Other than that, forget it.
Yeah. That's it. Andrew, this is Carpenter Rick.
yes, we met yesterday after the live stream was over. Well, we met before that, but we got to talk yesterday.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, see, dang.
Mr. Pusa, our Marshall connection.
Yeah, not anymore, but used to be. Yeah.
My brother-in-law fell over when I told him that, Andrew. He was just blown away.
Well, Jim Marshall would come in on every year, and he came in for a week. They put him up just outside of Montreal.
Yep.
And he smoked cigars, and everybody hated smoking, so nobody wanted to be with him. So I'd basically be babysitting him for a week. It was just cigars, single malt scotch, and him talking about like Clapton and Peter
Oh, man.
Jackson and Jimi Hendrix coming over the first time. See, a Marshall stock was never supposed to be stacked. It was one unit.
That's right.
And when they went to Jim Marshall told me, he said, your roadies are going to quit. They're going to kill you. Nobody's going to lift this thing. And the answer was, they're my roadies. They'll do as I'm told. And then 2 months later, he came by and he said, listen, they're ready to go. We got to do something here. And they spent all night, cut it in half, and that became the Marshall stock.
Nice.
He was a really nice guy. He was, he grew up, his bones were like chalk. He spent 6 years in hospital till 11. And he came out and he couldn't go back to school because they put you in with your same grade level. He couldn't read, right? So he became a milk boy. And with milk boy, he raised enough money for a drum set and played big band. He was a drummer. He was never a guitar player at any point in his life.
Well, most musicians, though, Andrew, they're multi-talented, right? Like most that I've met.
I realized that over the years. I don't hate musicians or music. I hate the fans. They're the ones caught in a rut. They're the ones you can't shake. The musicians, they do everything with everybody, you know?
That's it. So what's the deal on smoking on live, guys? Are we allowed to smoke, or we're not supposed to smoke?
Well, Roger and I kind of frown against it, but if you feel you have to.
Well, I don't have to, but it's.
Oh, no, Roger and I are constantly smoking. Oh my God. It couldn't be more ironic if I tried.
Just don't want Roger getting any strikes because of me.
Well, Rodney, it was good to be in your chat this morning, by the way. Sorry I never get over much.
I saw you come in. I appreciate that.
It was nice to drop by and that.
I thought to myself, about time.
No, I agree. I try it just whenever notifications, and when I'm around, I try to get a different one every time and catch as many people as possible.
No, man, no worries. I mean, I was glad to see you in there and hope you come back.
The worst part about it, I typed in Rodney Bell this morning to find his live stream. I couldn't find it. I clicked on his name, his page, everything. Nope, nothing.
Wow.
I went out, made some toast and had a coffee, came back. What did I do? Yeah, I put back YouTube on, then Rodney was on. Just started 20 minutes ago. What the frick? It didn't take me 20 minutes to make a coffee, and it doesn't show he was live at all.
Well, I noticed that, and there's still a problem with people getting notices. I mean,
that's across the. Everybody is getting that. Even the big ones, like Xenia's channel, for instance, she watches that usually gets 1 million views. She has 10 million subscribers. At one point, she was getting 300,000 views. Which I know we'll say, yeah, poor her, 300,000. But when you're used to getting 1 million, it's the same as getting 100 and only getting 30. It's because of what was going on in the world, not that we're allocating bandwidth and notifications for news agencies on here. And they left us in the dirt.
Annie Ancienne, bonjour, j'espère que ça va très bien. Ici, il fait beau soleil un matin pour la première fois dans 2 semaines.
I love it when he speaks French.
Very grateful.
A little too fast. I can almost understand most of it.
Hey, John Spizo, how you doing? Give me a second, guys. I got to bring my dog in. Right back.
Blind Neil, just type Carpenter Rick. That's how you'll link me, but I don't have my chat on right now.
Let's see if you can get your chat on. The link in the chat for everybody. Let me see. But folks, you know what's going on now, and yes, there is the plug, right click on that. But more than ever, this is why it's so important to have your channel name in your tags. That's why you're searching for people and not finding them unless you do the exact proper spelling. So it's really, really, really important to put your channel name in your tags.
Il fait 24 là-bas, ici, il fait juste 0. C'est ça. Ouais. It's doing 24 Celsius, so it's pretty warm down there in France right now.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who you were talking to. Monet, yeah.
24 Celsius. That's summer weather here.
Let's get into the balmy side. In Iceland, one of the times when we were there with the kids, they had 26, and that was a heat wave. They were all dying of the heat. They couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
There's
It's
Carpenter Rick
49 degrees here.
Hey, Destination Chronicles, how you doing?
Now I do have some drone news, which is rare for me. I know I don't want everybody to keel over in shock. With everything going on in the world, a lot of things have been delayed. And that I know a lot of people have been really upset about Roger Palooza, if it's going to happen or not this year. Well, some YouTubers got together and made a CD. I hope you guys will check it out. This is to raise money. I really think this is
I like it.
Oh my God.
I hope you all get behind this project and help everybody out, and keep Roger Palooza.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Village droners.
Right. It says explicit content because we're not sure what's wrong with it, but there is something wrong. So we just have to know.
I love this shit.
Well, putting John DiNardo under that leather hat, it just fits,
There was certain ones. John Coopy, I knew right away. Yep, yeah, he's gonna be. Poor John. I joined his Facebook last night. Now when he sees why, he's never gonna talk to me again. Ones, and I mean, Kim was definitely gonna. There was certain ones where it just meant to be there. Mark Centroid, he was a little bit more of a harder fit, but we got it to work in the end. So and then went on to a tag team. So there you go.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. Just something to lift the spirits.
That's cool.
Oh man.
I love when Xenia comes in on me doing stuff like that. And she's like, I can tell her eyes like, really, we don't have enough to deal with right now. This is what's taking your priority.
Just been up all night doing that picture.
It's been a couple hours. There's about 45 layers in that thing. Actually, Rodney, you guys were talking about Photoshop and you were saying it was too long to type. Photoshop is by far the hardest thing to learn on YouTube fully because it covers everything from video. It dabbles in vector, it dabbles in it does everything and then some.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. And if we pay for it because we use it. But if I didn't, I would be going for DaVinci's Resolve. I'd be going for free versions or
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I like Premiere Pro myself. Mm-hmm. That's just me. And I did try to learn DaVinci and I'm not saying it's not a bad program. It's as an editor, it's really great, I think. I just didn't have the time to
learning curve
to learn. So I'm sticking with something that I already know.
Yep.
I don't know everything there is about Premiere Pro, but I know enough that I can get my videos out.
Right. Exactly.
And but maybe once I retire, then I'll have more time to, learn some of these other editors.
Rodney, I'm retired. I don't even bother with it.
Well, I hopefully by the time I get to retirement, I'll have my Part 107. So I won't be completely retired, but I'll be
there you go.
Drone business. I mean, that's kind of what I'd like to do, just to keep a little income coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it all depends on how quickly I get my debt paid off and stuff.
There is a workflow change because that's what scares a lot of people going to DaVinci Resolve, especially from Premiere, is the line workflow is bizarre. But you can change the workflow into that it looks more like Photoshop. I forget where it is now, but there is a setting that gives it the same look.
Yeah. And then Ron Lockwood was talking about that photo editor, that Luminous 4.
Yeah.
Is it Lumina 4?
The 4, yeah.
That looks like a really cool program.
Well, that's but it's not competing with Photoshop. Photoshop is a whole beast on its own. It's competing with Photoshop Elements, and it's also competing a bit with Lightroom.
Yeah,
and it's a great you don't need a Ferrari to go get milk at the store, and programs like that are a great alternative than Photoshop. No. Well, they tell me that.
I mean, I always thought you had to have a Ferrari to go get milk. That's why I don't go get milk, because I don't have a Ferrari.
John Spiesel just asked the question.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? What do you guys think the best and reasonably priced editing software when you use Apple? Oh, what do you what? Oh my God, I wish Hugh was here.
Fusion,
Pro.
Fusion.
Yes, and there's another one that they all use all the time. My God Almighty, the name is coming right off the tip of my tongue.
Final Cut.
Final Cut Pro. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Final Cut Pro. Yeah, that is an awesome editor.
I have a guy who does a lot of big time editing. He actually works for charities around the world, and he's pretty much given up on Premiere, gone straight to Final Cut Pro for his YouTube stuff. Because
I think the only reason why I haven't gone to using Final Cut Pro is because I refuse to buy an Apple computer.
yeah, well, we talked about that yesterday with what's his name with Hugh about that. we told him the things that you have to do if you want to be a Mac user, like you have to drive a what was it Volkswagen Beetle with a daisy in the turn.
Yeah.
Oh, flashbacks to the 60s there.
He was having a bit of trouble with it yesterday. He didn't upgrade to the latest software. That's the latest operating system for OS. We got him fixed up yesterday.
Or what? Do you have that one with two pictures of iOS and versus Android?
No, I didn't have that one. Somebody else put that one up. I don't know.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I forget who shared that yesterday.
Oh, Sam Hayden, I think.
Damn, Sam, that's who it was, right? Yeah. We're always there to help each other. That's what counts. So. Yep.
Everybody check out everybody's channels and don't forget to hit that like button on the way in and way out.
I gotta close that picture because I can't stop laughing at John DiNardo's face. Last night. It took me everything in me to get that stupid thing done.
Hey, Artco, how you doing this morning?
Artco Jones, hey buddy.
Artco, how are you?
Man, I wish this rain would go away.
Which the what?
Rain.
Okay.
It's supposed to rain like all day.
Yeah, sure. Actually, it's quite that kind of like, robin egg blue type of sky with the clouds and everything. That could all change in a minute, though.
Yeah.
You drove a 1972 Datsun 510. Ooh.
Yeah, that was definitely before Datsun became Nissan.
Yeah.
When I was stationed in Japan in the 70s, they were called Nissans over there.
Yeah.
And over here in the States, it was Datsun. And then they just took the name Nissan and put it to the Datsun companies over here. So
But they buy and sell names now so much. I mean, when I had my Mazda Tribute, they're like, "Oh, I wouldn't buy Japanese." Well, take a look at the keys where it says Ford Motor Company.
Ford, yeah.
we remember the 280Zs.
Yes.
In Japan, they were called Fairlady Zs, and mostly the cops used them.
Right. They're
And
sought after here.
they were souped up, man. Those cars were fast.
You see the odd one driving on the left side, you know where he got it from. Got it imported from over there.
Yeah.
They're a real gem.
Hey, Phantom Hodges. Good morning. Good morning. So I am going to try to fly today. So let's see if I got time to do that with all this work we got to do around here today. It's very nice out, so we're going to be outdoors most of the day.
Good.
Can I have some coffee on this?
About time, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Here's my cup. Here's my cup. What
Here's
the hell?
mine too.
You know, he's got a sore. You know, Andrew has a sore arm. You know why, guys? He's always going like this. There's my cup. There's my cup. There's my cup.
Show the bottom lip. Show the bottom lip, Andrew. There you go.
There you go.
I don't know how she puts up with him.
You know, it's just because we're jealous, Andrew.
My first life, it was not like this. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you scored a home run when you got Ksenia in your life.
Well, my first wife and I, we divorced because of medical reasons. She was allergic to happiness, so that's why that ended. But Listen, Cindy's a bit more of a. She's patient. We'll call it that. So,
Well, the other night when I was on your live stream,
Mhm.
I got such a big kick out of her every time somebody put up a super chat. And you're just like,
that was only supposed to happen one time. She was paying me back for the horn because I got the horn on to cut her off. So then she did that one time to piss me off, and now look where we are.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that portion of your show, Andrew.
Oh, it was long ago. Believe me, we've been listening.
No, I'm talking about nowadays. I don't think I've seen. Have I seen that super sticker, super chat thing? I don't know.
Paul's the reason why Ksenia lost her voice the other day.
This is like putting machines like in an old coin operator. Amuse me. He claps, I cry. He's all happy.
Tim was already outdoors already before his first coffee.
wow.
Yeah, he went because he tried to start the tractor the other day. It wouldn't start, so he had to put the battery on the charger last night.
I don't think Kim should do stuff like that without coffee.
That'd be dangerous.
Set them up for failure on that one. Stupid birds, stupid noises.
I worked for a chief when I was in the Navy that you didn't say a word to him until after he had his first cup of coffee.
Mhm.
And it usually took him about 30 minutes to drink it all.
Oh, God.
So
I've had dispatchers when I drove truck like that. Did not want to ask.
I've got employees that are like that.
It's the one time the employees can pull Trump is when they don't have their coffee. So they'll walk in that kind of a mood.
The good guys are so few and far between in construction. We got to keep them. So we put up with a little bit of flack every day, right?
Are you guys gonna start working pretty soon in Ontario in construction?
Well, our union's starting to build PPE, Roger, which is going to be a full mask with goggles and everything. So
Okay.
we already have to wear gloves because I frame with steel anyway.
Right.
So they're going to make a mask and they're going to present it. And yeah, we got to get back at it. Our projects are multi-million dollars. We don't do small stuff. So
Yeah.
the penalties are huge, and it's actually mostly government funded. It's ICI stuff. So I build schools and
Yeah.
paramedics and stuff like that. So yeah, they're pushing it.
Yeah, they're pushing it here for this week to start construction.
Yeah.
Well, the Turcotte interchange, I mean, they tore half the city down. It's kind of like the big dig they had in Boston. Everything coming from the north side, south, and west, all coming into the Turcotte interchange was all torn apart over the last 40 years. And
Yeah.
now they're not sitting at a standstill. So they have 3 lanes going into the city with no lines or nothing. So it's like, so it looks like driving in North Korea. There's only a few cars, but they're still cutting each other off or something.
Yeah. But North Korea still has better internet than I do.
Well, you want to be a sovereign state, you get what you get. Bill directly. So
We still have a party line phone here. Like literally.
wow.
hey,
That's why I shut the light off, because it's on battery, right? I don't want to kill the power. So I'm literally streaming off my cell phone and a tablet.
Okay.
crazy.
That's what we used to have that at the cottage.
Yeah, it's garbage.
I don't know if there's any party lines left, to be perfectly honest. I thought they finally were all gone. Wow.
Well, they're still here.
Well, here, when the lines were getting wet here, we were having like party lines. You pick up the phone, you hear everybody else talking. What the hell? You know?
Mhm.
That's the water got into the lines here.
Crossed everything, shorted it out.
Yeah.
You know how old some of those lines probably are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those probably predate even you, Roger.
Even Roger.
Even Roger.
Well, I know this one here has been, it was put in the ground in 1970. That's what my landlord said.
Hmm.
They put the wire in the ground in 1970.
When I used to do it in the oil field out in Saskatchewan, you go out when you go to work on a rig, the engineers come out and they bring out the plans for them, and everything is dated. And a lot of those oil wells, some of them were built like 1945, 19,
Oh,
and still pumping oil to this day, like been going for that many years and still running.
Wow.
Some of them are still pumping mostly water. They got a, a barrel of oil off it every other day. That's about it.
there you go, guys. I just put in the 2 links for the Patreon channel and for PayPal. Because us guys don't like doing super chats, so they don't want to hear me going super chat, super chat, super chat.
Who said that, Roger?
That's what I was talking about earlier with Andrew's wife, Xenia. Is that her
Yeah.
name?
Just saying, yeah.
And I was on his show the other night, and every time a super chat came up, she'd go, super chat, super chat. Kind of reminded me of Eddie Murphy in The Nutty Professor. The mother. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Pretty freaking
Super chat, super chat.
right when we got them, and nobody was giving them, and you wanted me to log off and go on our other account, give ourselves a super chat just to see it pop up. I'm like, are you mentally insane? So then when finally somebody finally did, well, she went hog wild over that, and that's where that all got born from. Yeah. Character. Well, like I say, Roger and all them have met us face to face. It's pretty much same game with us, whether it's on our show or in live. There you go. I was waiting for it. There you go, Paul. You go, Roger, you're up.
Super chat. Roger, look up.
He's either frozen or we got an issue.
Yeah.
He's got him muted, maybe.
No, he just,
No, he's gone.
oh crap.
They just ruined the moment.
Our Bell heard him. We heard
Bell was monitoring the channel.
That's right. Yeah. Well, at least we got a wasteland for the next 6 hours if he doesn't come back. So
Yeah, there we go.
who wants to play what's my favorite porn? We might as well take it.
Here's my question is if he has to go out and come sign back in, does he have to wait in the waiting room until he lets himself in?
That's what I actually don't like about Zoom. I wish it didn't hold it so long if you're gone completely, because your channel can go in a real mess and you're kind of stuck, That's not, I'm not crazy with it. I don't use it, but I don't
Well, I turned off the waiting room on my Zoom, but
that's a good idea and a bad idea though, because
I know it is, but I haven't had an issue. I know I can always go back and change it because every time I do a meeting, it gives me the same boxes to either check or uncheck.
Because I've seen live streams when they're born bummed. It happens fast and it's wild, and it can get a channel in a lot of trouble. So, but I just, as long as you understand that part of it, that's as long as.
Well, I'm just small potatoes, It's like
I don't know. I went in there the other night. You had 300 and some.
yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of videos of people using Zoom and doing like parody songs and stuff, or just like religious songs and cover songs and stuff, and they're all using Zoom, and it's got even the Navy band did that.
I watched that video, by the way, that you had shared the link the other day.
On Facebook. Yeah, that was well done.
That was amazing. All of them together like that. Very well done.
Yeah, and they were all in different their homes and
yep,
flash barracks, wherever they were living at the time.
Good morning, Paul Phantom Hodges. Roger disappeared on us, so we're just kind of sitting here and commiserating. And everybody, welcome Rick once again back on to Roger's Canadian Drone Up channel.
Good morning, gentlemen.
It's great that you could get on though, Rick.
Yeah, Roger's asked me quite a few times. It's just when you're up here, it's hard. And then I bought the tablet, so I thought, hey, I think I can make this happen now.
So it's working. That's good. It's
Good deal, yeah.
It's always nice to put a face to it as well. Like, it's always nice after a while, especially being here for so long and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I just do my channel mostly because I watch all you guys on there. Like I was one of Roger's maybe 20th subscribers, right? Like,
Wow.
I don't do videos to anything other than just my own personal enjoyment, so my kids can look back at them, and you know, my family that's not anywhere near me can look at them, and it was just an easy platform to do that. And then I met a bunch of great guys, right? So.
Well, that plus the interesting part is it would cost you a mint if you wanted to archive portions of your life on video.
Absolutely.
That anybody could pull up in the future, you know?
That's right. Well, that's why I'm building that second cottage out back, right? So that anybody wants to visit Manitoulin Island, whether it's a YouTuber or not, there's a 2-bedroom cottage at your pleasure kind of sort of deal, right? Like, you know, there's obviously, you got to stay sane and not burn my bush down. But other than that, you know, come have a good time, check out what Manitoulin's all about. And that's it, right?
Beautiful.
You know, Andrew, we can look back on this in the future, and the next thing you know, he'll have 30 or 40 cottages out there.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah,
He'll have
you gotta book in advance, though. That's the thing, right? Because I might work a lot, and I don't mind if somebody comes here if I'm not here, as long as I know who it is, so I can leave a key for the gate, right?
Well, the next thing you'll have to do is you'll have to hire a caretaker while you're gone to keep an eye on those 30 cottages that you have out back.
Well, my mother lives close, Paul. One time in the winter, I came out and there was a tractor stuck in the driveway, and that was my 65-year-old mother.
Oh.
So she keeps an eye when I'm not around.
Oh, I love her. Oh my.
So hey, let me ask a question. I've got the YouTube channel up.
Yep.
For Roger's live stream here. And when everybody talks, it goes full screen instead of just the 4 squares. Is that normal?
You have 2 ways of setting it up. You can either have it that you have everybody in squares, or it takes precedence for the.
And you have up there at the top on your right-hand side of the screen, speaker view or panel view, or how you want to view it. See, we put your pointer at the top edge corner.
Top edge.
Of the Zoom screen.
Right. I see views.
And it says speaker view. If you click on that, it'll change.
Well, he sees gallery view. Probably that's why he's seen it in gallery right now. Do you see gallery? When you put your mouse in the top right corner, you'll see it appear.
Top right. Okay.
Window we're into, it says gallery view or speaker view, one of the two.
And
Right.
you click on it,
So
it'll switch
speaker-
between.
It says speaker view now.
Yeah.
And then gallery view.
Gallery view is what you usually get because Roger set us for gallery view. But up there, when you go back to the original YouTube,
View it in your own way for you.
yes.
I see it. Okay. Got it.
Phantom Hodges, you just email me and we can set that up, but it's not a charge thing. It's just that way it's not 2 people at once trying to use it, right? But yeah, just email me and we can set that up for any salmon season you want, man. And especially you're in London there, I can leave a key in Kitchener at Homer Watson and 401 and you could just grab it.
I just envision Rick's going to get so big at this, he's going to have lock boxes out there with a code. You put a code in and get a key, and it'll tell you which cabin to go to.
The whole thing, Paul, the 600 acres I have leased is so we can actually start hunting it professionally guiding. That's the idea, what's going to happen here. But I'm just in the beginning stages, right? I only bought this 3 years ago. And now that I'm home, able to build, I can get some stuff real quick.
Rick, you're young enough and you got a great enough personality. I just see you building it into something.
And
I'm going to try my best.
you'll also see that Paul is very good at doing the puppeteer thing and that, and he's grooming you to where he wants you to go with it.
Well, my kids aren't here. My kids aren't here, right? So Paul and his puppets that come out, I don't have to worry about the fear of them leaving. they're not a fan of Paul's puppets.
No?
No, Paul, they're just, I don't know what it is. They don't know those puppets and they're not into it.
I can't agree with those. Those are some good. You raised them well. You've done well. That's a good parenting going.
Andrew. Now, we know that Andrew really likes the puppets because as soon as he comes in, sooner or later, when the puppets don't appear, he says, okay, it's time, Paul. So secretly, he has me go get the puppets and do them.
Yeah, it's not to piss everybody else off while I hit the mute button.
No,
Definitely got-
it's for Andrew's hidden in the closet enjoyment. It doesn't want anybody to know that he was a Muppet fan from way back when.
Oh, I tell you, that didn't find that show revolting at all growing up. I'm glad it's gone.
I wasn't one of those kids that watched
Doesn't that
TV
have the
much.
ring of some kind of truth there, Rodney?
It does kind of.
It does.
Yeah.
It kind of fits his personality.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a puppet type of person. That's right.
Yep.
And you guys, you got your Siegfried and Roy thing.
We picked right up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's U.S. versus Canada kind of thing, you know.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't like the puppets because I don't understand them because they're speaking American. That's why
American.
I can't pick up on it at all.
They're speaking American. Get it right, Andrew. American. Say it now.
I don't feel right when I'm the one saying it.
Hey, Andrew, that brings up another question we have. I don't know if you remember it, Rick, but some people were asking why Centroid hasn't been around all week. Nobody's seen him in a week
It's
on
true.
any live stream or any.
You know, now that you mention it, that's true.
And he usually always pops in, and Andrew tries to bait him onto the channel, and he doesn't. You know, sometimes he bites.
Andrew, yeah. Now, Centroid, your brother's up on here. Weren't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
But nobody has seen him in quite some time, and we were just.
That's interesting.
That's true.
It's kind of strange.
I think Roger needs a link there, gentlemen.
Okay, I will do that for you. I'll do that for you right away, Roger.
Blind Neil, I don't have any other social media. I'm pretty much just a hermit here on the land. I'll message you personally with an email address, anybody who wants to.
I just sent it to you, Raj. But I might hold you in the waiting room for a while.
Yeah, he held you yesterday, wasn't it?
Hey, Paul, what do you think about that? You know what? We don't have to do anything. We can just let the Canadians battle each other.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Leave me out of this.
It'll be a very sleepy battle. No, you haven't. No, you first. No, you. Rodney, I found a picture you're asking the other day about. I think with my dad. There's one. That's a 41-pound salmon there.
Oh my goodness. That's a big fish.
That was on fly rod. Yep.
That was on a fly rod?
It's my dad with the cap on with the Cascapedia hat on the end.
Oh, cool. I
Yeah,
like that.
Andrew's dad, your dad used to do a lot of guides and stuff.
Yeah, he's a salmon guide for over 20 years. Fly rod. Yep.
Wow.
He's 72 in that photo, if I'm not mistaken. 72 or 73.
Goodness.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's one of their bigger ones. The biggest one was 47 they ever got with him. The biggest ever caught was 54 on a fly rod. But that,
Wow.
yeah.
22 pound for me. Those are big fish. 22 pounds is the
Well,
biggest.
yeah,
I've ever
I mean, 22 pound is a big fish, but
Let's call for what it is. That's a trophy fish, not fit to eat. You know. Welcome back.
yeah, I mean,
There he is.
What happened, Roger?
Call for what it is. That's a trophy fish, not fit to eat. You know.
You got to mute it, Roger.
There he is.
What happened?
Yeah, my internet went out on me.
Oh,
I guess
no.
it got pissed at me because I talked about
Yes, Bell Canada was watching you.
Yeah, we were saying that.
See,
No, my internet just went out completely.
that's why you don't ever hear me talk about my internet, other than how fast it is. I ain't gonna make them mad. You make your internet company mad, they cut you off.
Yeah.
And
Oh man.
and
First
we
time
were
I've probably
talking
had
about the phone line, so
Yeah. We
Gotta-
were. Won't
So
be
I
long
wonder
now.
if I wonder if Centroid's doing something with the kids. That's why nobody's seen him.
I was
I
wondering.
don't know. It makes it 4 days now. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't heard nothing. I know he's supposed to do a show tonight, so
Right. Yep.
we'll see what goes on.
Well, I mean, it makes me want to ask what you guys did to him to make him just not show up on YouTube anymore.
He's been very busy. As soon as he gets nice weather, he wants to go fly and all that. So I don't blame him.
Blame him.
Well, I don't know. His brother Andrew kind of slapped him up a little bit last time.
Here we go.
Now, why did you do that, Andrew?
Paul.
It's a family trait because the Centroid Mark, he gets his slaps in too.
You feel better now, Paul?
Yeah.
You sure? I want to make sure you got it all out of your.
It all started, Rodney, that their mother used to always say that Mark was the pretty one. So
Pretty. Did she dress him up in the dress and stuff?
Yeah, he had golden locks. Beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Striking was the word I was looking for.
you're welcome, Andrew.
Hey, Drone Pool, I'm glad to see you're here. Drone Shots, thank you for telling the guys to send me a link. Shows how often they read the chat.
Can I ask you a question? Why don't you go to the fucking send folder and click on the link you sent us? God, I'm like, seriously.
Go to your sent mail. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't come up. No, it wouldn't come up.
Wouldn't it?
No.
Well,
I-
actually, Rick is the one that caught it. We were still sitting here gabbing away.
Yeah.
And
I was
Russ,
reading it on this.
Yeah.
you're
'Cause I was trying to go on, then it went back off. The internet went back off. Then it came back. I tried to go back on, then it went back off again. So
you're a good looking man, but you can't wear that shirt on live streams. You literally look like you came out of your hospital gown. You're out having a cigarette.
Yeah, he does.
I've been thinking that all morning. Look at that.
Roger, that blue shirt looks like hospital garb.
You just come out for a cigarette and you go back in.
You need to change your capture. Roger Martin escaped.
Oh, but it'll be good for money. You could do the pity trip and that. Oh,
Yeah, there you go. I snuck out of my room just for you folks.
exactly. Escaped.
You know,
Yes, girl.
Keeps banning that. The Rick is Carpenter Rick. Yeah, that's me.
when I was in the hospital, I did what some other people did, started doing live streams right from a hospital room.
Oh, right.
That was interesting because one of the nurses came in and I'm sitting here talking to my phone and she's like, oh, excuse me, you know.
She probably was about to call the doctor and say, we need to change his medication. He's hallucinating.
Yeah. He's talking to people on his, looking and staring at his phone. No, I got to tell you, I think out of all of the hospital stays I've ever been in, this one was the most enjoyable.
Wow.
Given everything, it was a lot of fun. The nurses were fantastic. The doctor was fantastic. I was satisfied with the detail of service I got. So
Cool.
and that's rare for a hospital, I think. Hospitals get bad names because there's always some nurse that's a grouch or something. But all my nurses were fantastic, especially two of them.
Yeah.
Good. That's good to hear.
That always makes it. It's nice when you're well taken care of, not just the medical, personally as well.
Yeah.
Do enough by the time you're in there on something like that. So,
Of course, it might have all been the drugs too.
well, you enjoyed it, so that's all that matters.
I was having fun. That's all that mattered, right?
You left with a smile on your face. They did well either way, drugs or the service or both.
Blind Neil, I just read your post there. I'm actually 50% legally blind. I can't see out of my left eye at all.
Wow.
Was that have you always been that way, or was it an accident?
It was an operation that got botched.
Oh.
It still looks not too bad, but definitely don't see out of it.
Remind.
How old were you when that happened?
4.
Oh, good.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I have no depth perception, right?
What were they attempting to do?
Straight in the eye.
They
They
straightened
took
it.
you have a tendon on either side of your eye.
Yep.
One was like about that big and one was this big. So they took the smaller one, split it lengthwise and doubled it. But they caused nerve damage, right? So
Jeez.
But
That's
it's
too
what it is.
bad.
I can still shoot, hunt, fish, and all the good stuff. So it's all good.
There you go. That's
I like your
you
attitude.
need one eye to do all that, right?
Yeah. Line of sight flying, not so much.
Well, see, that's where you get somebody to spot for you, you know.
Yeah. With the DJI drones, it wasn't too bad, but the FPV now, it doesn't make any difference. It's all good, right?
Right. Yeah.
That was what I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, how it was altogether.
When the Meniere's disease was hitting me bad, I actually stopped flying for almost 2 years. I've only been flying since like January again. Actually, it made me too dizzy, right?
Right. Well, I'm glad you could get back into it. Not
Yeah,
that.
oh, she's all good. I never took the test yet, but I
Oh,
might have taken a couple times.
oh, I took it. Just good. Let's just say if you're good at looking stuff up on Google, you'll be okay. If you're
Well, the question I've always had is, now that DJI has the FPV equipment, if you have to use the goggles, or can you use a crystal sky? Because some people get claustrophobic,
Right, right.
So if you had the crystal sky in front of you, I would think you'd still be able to do everything you want to do.
For sure you could. I think you could. We used to have ground stations, Paul, before the FPV goggles. Like, I've been flying a long time, like a long, long time. And yeah, the ground station is the same idea. You're just using your controller, looking at a screen like I am right now, right?
Sure.
Oh, Blind Neil's in Elliott Lake.
Yeah, Blind Neil's actually not that far. That's too bad, Blind Neil. That's too bad. We'll have to hook up here when everything goes back to normal, and I'll take you fishing. Get you out in the boat anyways.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. It's time to start making lunch. So
Okay, Rodney. What are we having for lunch?
I think we're gonna have a chef salad.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Rodney was saying yesterday, Andrew, that his wife is really taking over his menu, which is good.
Yes, that's right. I can see the enthusiasm with the chef salad. He's talking himself into
Well,
it.
if it was left up to me, I'd be back in the hospital within a year.
Reason why women don't live as long when they get married and men live longer. There's a very good reason for that.
Because I love all the bad stuff, I love hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, potatoes.
Xenia makes chicken
Potatoes.
fries and then she'll bring out some broccoli with it. And I'm like, stop trying to make me all European. And we get no. That's not,
Broccoli.
no, I'll eat broccoli. I actually don't mind broccoli. I don't want it with a chicken burger. I would rather separate.
Well, I like broccoli too, but I love Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
I love Brussels sprouts. And as a kid, my mom had a hard time getting me to eat any vegetable.
okay.
And it wasn't until I met my first wife and went over to their house, her and her parents' house for dinner one time. And I ate what was given me out of respect and politeness, right?
Right.
Well, I found out 3 things. I liked broccoli. I liked Brussels sprouts, and I love squash.
Wow, you really got to.
Yeah, and her mother was German,
Oh,
so she cooked it German style, and it was just good. It was good.
Sauerkraut, huh?
that's something we eat. That's called fiddleheads, and they grow in the spring. We eat them a lot with salmon.
Yeah, lots of guys are picking them already here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What are those?
they're a fern, but it's before the fern opens up. There's a certain kind of fern that grows in floodplains along rivers. It floods, recedes, and then these ferns grow in their place.
And they're
Call
called
them fiddleheads.
Fiddleheads because they look like the top, like the head of a fiddle.
They grow on my property here big time.
Yeah,
I'm in a
Wow.
cedar swamp.
and we have them as a tradition with salmon. You have salmon with white sauce, peas, fiddleheads, and
Now, what do you do? Saute them like in butter or something? Or?
pretty much some blanched, like or whatever you call it. But yeah, and then if you don't pick them, of course, then they open up later on. So you're catching them in bunches before.
Oh, now that I see them grown out, now I recognize what they are. Yeah.
Some of them are absolutely poisonous. It's only certain kinds you can pick.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we know what they are. But if you don't know the others, one of them it won't kill you, but you're gonna be good friends with the toilet.
It's like mushrooms, right? There's 3 different kinds. There's the eating kind, the getting high kind, and the I'll kill you kind.
Dying kind. That's right. All under the same thing. They kind of taste like a bit like Brussels sprouts and asparagus together. I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right up till the end.
Now at the fishing cottages, they have them all summer because if you keep picking them, they'll keep growing. So you got to keep them in a shaded place. They spray them with water every day, and they just keep regrowing. But
Well, that's good. An endless supply.
yeah, exactly. We used to pick them in the potato bag full when we were kids for McCain Foods. They sell them to higher end restaurants. We used to pick like 10 potato bags a day. It's only about a month you got a season if you're lucky. We'd even take time off school and not to pick them. It was good money, but you go to bed at night and it was just like anything else you pick. It's like a conveyor belt coming at you in your sleep. You know, and they tear your hands apart because they're rough. You get all dry, like, wears down all the hide on your hands. And everything.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
You always say you're going to black tape your hands in the morning and then you never do till they're all cut to pieces. And then, I should have. So
Then it's too late, right? Yeah.
that's right. So, well,
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
Okay,
Rick,
Rodney, always good to see you,
meeting
buddy.
brother.
you take care of yourself.
You
Have a
too,
safe
Andrew.
one.
Roger, take care. Paul, take care. See you
Bye
guys.
bye, Rodney.
Be well.
Everybody in the chat, have a great day.
Enjoy your salad.
I will. Thanks. I love salads. I have to go easy on the dressing.
Just don't dump a cheeseburger in the middle of it to give it flavor.
A little bit of a bowl of ranch and just a couple of leaves of a salad.
Exactly. That's how I eat my salads.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Okay, Rodney.
Bye, Rodney. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, yesterday I was stuck on the phone all freaking day, all afternoon almost. And starting again. So, anyway.
I was laughing at blind Neil's comments about how single men live longer than married men. They don't have the stress of a woman.
Yep.
Everybody check out everybody's channels. Make sure you still got them supported. And don't forget to hit that like button. And I will be closing down at noon today because I'll be back on again tonight. Hey, Furball, Kim's in the house.
Well, I thought maybe you were getting an early start when you disappeared.
No, it's that was from my. Oh, you mean okay when I lost my internet? Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at my watch. I says, take him about an hour to get over there, pick his son up, and get back.
Oh no, I would have said something if I was going to get my son. It's just my internet just went out completely.
Well, we wanted you to know. Andrew pointed it out. We were paying attention when you disappeared.
Like this, because Paul gave you a super chat and you didn't answer, and your head was down.
Yeah. Hey, you were frozen.
So we
And
knew-
we didn't know whether to call 911 or to see if you've had a problem with your internet.
Oh, you gave me a super chat, Paul. Hey, okay, I just noticed it. Hey, super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat. Hey, thank you.
I never get tired of yours. I don't know why. You got yours amuses me.
Because of that deep voice. Thank you, Paul.
I'm gonna
Yes,
mute myself here for a second, guys, and then I'm gonna take you for a walk.
Oh, cool.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
We can entertain ourselves for a few seconds.
How big is your place there, Carpenter Rick? Super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat, super chat. Yes. Okay. There you go.
I've got 5 acres here, Roger, and I've got a lease on the 600 around me.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm talking about the house itself. How big is it?
How many square foot?
Square foot?
This place is 2,200.
Okay.
It's a pretty big cottage. Like at one time, it was hooked to hydro. It's only like 80 feet off the road. So
Okay.
This one's not deep. That's why I built the other one, right?
Okay.
Well, building. But every night I take my food scraps and I put them in one spot, and that's where usually this time of year the bears will come and eat. So we're gonna go for a walk and see if they're either there or were there last night.
Just don't do like JDS get chased by a bear.
Oh
Hey,
no,
JDS got mauled.
the bears that we have here, Roger, they're so scared of humans. As soon as they smell you, they're gone.
Okay.
So we might be able to get one on video from maybe 100 feet away, maybe.
Yeah.
But we'll go have a look.
Rick, you might want to hit your mute button. Just
Yeah.
give
Yeah, we don't want to hear the bones crunching. Or
no,
anything.
Mana just came in the room. That's why. So I'm giving him a heads up.
Oh,
There we go. Let me get that out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get set up too there. Okay. Yeah, because I think JDS, what happened, he was walking in the woods. He probably surprised the bear. You know, he probably scared it.
Probably the
That's-
bear thought JDS was trying to mate with it or something like that.
Well, in JDS's case, I would think that the bear would have ignored him just like JDS was, but JDS would probably start jumping up and down, yelling and screaming. You know? Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. Do, 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 do.
Oh, that.
Phenomena. Do, 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 do. Phenomena. This Phenomena moment brought to you by Andrew, who saw that our friend Phenomena was in the chat.
Oh, my internet did not disconnect.
Too bad. Too bad when you really need it. That-
Hey, man. AC Drone Dude, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Man, hope you're doing good. Two shots.
I do want to that one with the nose there. I just want to yank that thing. Just, Paul knows it's the slow movements in the camera there. Oh, not
You
that.
talking about me, boy? You talking about me, Andrew?
No, not that one. The other one. The pink one.
You mean me?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Didn't the dog have fun for 5 minutes with that? Put it away.
Andrew, what is the problem? I love everybody.
Keep your love.
Phantom Hodges says, I see some trucker got caught on the Blue Water Bridge bringing in cocaine and fentanyl. 80
Yeah.
pounds. He was Canadian. No, I've become American for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Holy hell. Yeah.
That was like those Americans that got caught bringing it into Canada. They got put in a jail, the big one, Ontario. What do you call it? Bath, Ontario.
Yeah.
Spent 5 years fighting it, not to fight the charges, but not to go back into the States.
They don't want to be deported.
It wasn't going to be the same type of prison once they got down there. So kind of spoiled.
Drone Pool's in the house. Good morning, Drone Pool. Sorry,
Hey,
Nisi,
Drone
come in
Pool.
for your Drone Pool. You must have came in when my internet went out.
I can deal with beards on and other animals. It's usually humans. They scare you. Yeah, blind. Feel that. And YouTube further pushes that theory. My God, is
It's almost psychedelic, Rick.
you're giving yourself a colonoscopy. Right? I don't know what we're about to look at here.
I see a hemorrhoid.
I think we're in deeper. I think we're past hemorrhoid territory now.
There you go.
No, no hemorrhoids. Just nobody needs to see my dirty kitchen.
You're one step away from playing that quad there, man. That's good.
And there's your house.
Yeah, there's the main cottage behind me there.
Yeah.
So was it you that decided to take the hydro out of that house, or was it hydro that did it?
When I bought the house, Roger, the house had been empty for 10 years.
Oh,
Yeah, so I assume that Ontario Hydro had unhooked it. I'm not sure,
yeah.
but we basically bought it power of sale. It wasn't power of sale, but they were going to lose it.
Okay.
So we basically, I think, paid whatever they owed, so they weren't in debt.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of those deals.
Rick, you want to have a little fun with Rogers this morning? Say they took it out because they're about to rewire it and put in the new fiber optic cable. And then watch the magic happen.
Well, Rick already has fiber optics to the main cabin there.
Yeah, the old Bell telephone lines.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
That's so cool. I got a phone. I just got to make a phone call with my son there, see what's going on. If he's gonna bring his own car down, or I got to go get him there. Are we back, everybody?
Okay.
I'm just going to be a little cautious here for a second, gentlemen,
Tons of cedar, right?
just in case there is a bear here and I don't see him yet. I'd rather not get.
Hey, boo boo. It's another human picnic basket.
That's it. Oh, there's still quite a bit of food there, so I don't think anybody's been around. Yeah, that's what I put out last night.
Have a good day, Phantom. Be well, bud.
So I would
Everybody
say
make sure you hit that like button too.
Nothing, eh?
nothing's been here. Nothing's been here. That's actually a squashed cake on the tree. And if it was a bear was here, he would have been there. And if you look at this tree, has been all scratched up. That's actually from him in the fall.
Oh, definitely. Oh, it
It's
is.
unfortunate. I should get the card out of the game cam and see if anything did come though.
I know here my landlord, he catches the bears around here.
Mm. You ever eat bear?
No.
We mix it with sausage, mostly 50-50.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. The odd roast, if you do it on the barbecue and
Mhm.
cook it slow and let all the fat drip off, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's awfully oily. It's like beaver, kind of in the same, not the same taste, but the same kind of oily type to it.
Same idea. Even some people find it similar to goose. I don't really, but
Hmm.
we
My-
get bobcats through here too, lots. But
Yeah.
there's actually a bobcat den over here. I'll
My
take his.
landlord has his hams all hooked up to his telephone.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Goes
not
by.
that sophisticated yet, Roger.
Yeah.
Got to remember, 3 years I've been, or 2.5, however long you've been on here, I've been watching you, and this is the first time I figured out how to come on. Okay, sorry about the sunlight there.
Okay.
Yeah, in the winter time, I found this den, and it was Mama Bobcat coming and going. We'll see if anybody's around, but
You gotta go outside.
wow, this is,
You want to go outside.
we got some serious wind damage through here. This was a trail.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
Jeez. I'm gonna make my way over all this crap.
Well, you got enough firewood.
Yeah, too bad there's a burn ban on. Okay, here we go.
Like here, there's guys that go around
Wow,
and they have
this
property
place
owners.
is just destroyed.
Here we got people that go around ask the property owners if they don't clean up the dead woods, the woods on the ground for them, and they keep it for firewood.
Well, that's all gonna get cut up for firewood. Look
Yeah.
at behind me.
Oh wow, made a path there, didn't it?
Yeah, well, you can see the old trail. Everything's, but anyways, right underneath that log, that big log, that's where she was denned up for the winter.
Okay.
The lynx female. I don't want to get any closer, but
No.
we'll leave her be. But yeah, I haven't been over this side to see the damages. I fixed the chainsaw yesterday, so we'll have to get all this cut up. Oh.
Hey guys, I'll be getting off at 11:30 today.
Okay.
Yeah,
What time are we at now, Roger?
It's almost 11.
Okay, no worries.
I gotta take my son at 11:30.
You're doing stuff today?
But yeah, he's gonna clean up the yard. We're all gonna clean up the yard with Kim. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and put up that new cam there.
Well, when you're done there, Roger, I got lots of wood. You guys can come and help clear.
That'll be
Drive the tractor, I'll be okay.
that'll be Carpenter Palooza. We'll call that one.
That's it. Well, see, that's why I got everybody invited to use the cabin, right? They didn't know they had to cut their own firewood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could fare better in your woods because it's a lot more cedar than I used to. Well, I grew up in the woods and I worked forestry. Then I developed an allergy to spruce.
Right.
So now I'm like definitely allergic to it. So I go in, my eyes are like golf balls for 3 days.
Luckily, I'm not allergic to this, but
It does suck though, because like when I go home to my parents and then I used to love going out like you're talking about, I just go out with the chainsaw, sit on some trails with my father.
yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
You done?
But I pay for it dearly now.
Well, some things just aren't worth doing, right? Like my cousin, he's the same way. We were good as kids, but now that he's a little older, he's just not able to. I wonder if I can cut through here. That's more wind damage from that last storm. I'm gonna cut through, I think. I don't want to get wet feet. Oh, that's wet through here. Jeez.
I see she.
Roxy doesn't sound happy.
Definitely knows when she wants to be heard. Are you far away from your camp? Because you're really free. Oh, there you go. Now you're starting to see thoughts of you.
Yeah, I know. I was just dodging through. I cut across to a little more maintained trail.
So it was showing a frame like every 30 seconds or so.
Was it?
Yep.
Well, it's all through my cell phone, Andrew. So
Yeah, exactly. So no, understandable for sure.
I'm low. This is like a really low swampy area, so that's probably the deal.
And you're under the canopy, so that too, everything all together plays into
Yep,
it.
that's
Well,
it.
hell, I can give you a hand with the wood hauling. My eye might not be the best, but once I got a path, I can still do the do.
There we go.
That's my can-do attitude. Okay, package, Roger.
Yeah, I got it. It's my son asked me to get him a cam for my little girl's granddaughter's bedroom.
Yeah.
We have those in the younger kids' rooms.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, these doors are just to keep the bears out. Everybody keeps asking why they're so heavy duty, but
Well,
you don't want to encounter one of those. Whew. Well, all good in here.
Alexa, what's the notification?
All right. Good. It's cold in here though. Holy. Whew.
what is the temperature up there today?
I don't know. When I first got up, it said -8, but then somebody was saying it was -2. I'm not exactly sure. Feels like it's probably, I don't know, around 0. I'm pretty used to the cold. Like I don't even have gloves on or nothing. But
We got 7 here. It's supposed to go up to 9.
It says 5 here, but it's actually it's doing 3.
Hmm.
yeah, it feels like it's probably, something similar.
Uh.
Celsius, anyways.
I've been by your way, and a couple of years ago we took the kids. I have a cousin that lives about a half hour down from Lake Huron in Mennonite country.
Okay, yeah.
We went up to that way, and then we took the ferry across, and then went across Lake Huron that way, up by your way through Manitoulin Island and everything.
Yeah. There's actually lots of Mennonites here on the island, Andrew. Lots and lots.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. They've been like maybe 10 years. My family's had property here for my whole life, but yeah, the last 10, 15 years, they've been buying up everything.
And you know something interesting? A lot of them are leaving there and moving to Prince Edward Island, and Prince Edward Island is courting them.
Yeah, yeah.
They actually started sourcing them out, going up and trying to win them to come down to
Well, they do a lot of farming and feed a lot of people, right? Like,
and it also helps with the tourism for PEI. It's got, lower taxes, all these things they hit them with, they're even giving them tax incentives for doing it and stuff like that.
Exactly, right?
PEI is one of these places, even the dirtiest trailer park slum is so well kept. I don't know, like everything there you almost got to go digging for garbage,
No kidding, eh? I've never been past Quebec City, actually.
Oh,
I've been as far north as Iqaluit. I've been as far west as Vancouver Island, but never gone south as like across our border.
right. No, oh my God,
Just never had a reason to.
oh, for
I
God's
can,
I've done all the 10 provinces. I've never been to the territories though, or anything, or I haven't been as north as far as you.
right.
I would love to. In states, I think I'm around 40 states that I've been in altogether between truck driving and work.
Have a look at the water. See what's going on.
Oh,
If it
what?
was a little farther in the year, we'd see a bunch of snapping turtles. They usually sit on those rocks right there, bask in the sun, but I haven't seen any, so they're still probably stuck in the bottom of the mud.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't see too much activity, but
What about moose around your area?
sorry, Andrew, moose?
Yeah.
No moose here.
Oh, no, that's none at all.
I believe that there probably once was, but the native population is pretty large here, right? So they would have, taken all the moose 100 years, 200 years ago.
Yeah.
My family has a cottage like a half hour north on the north side of the channel, and there's moose there.
Okay.
But just not here. We got white-tailed deer over abundance.
Oh, I know you guys for deer. That is. I have a uncle that lives. I don't know if you know Atacocan outside of Thunder Bay.
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
Down that way, yeah, like kind of cottage country down that area. But like that's lots of nice areas through there. Also,
Canada's a beautiful place to live, period. Like I
Sure.
said, I've been east, west, and as far north as you can basically get, because we did the Coast Guard station up there. And yeah, everything's beautiful in its own way. That's why I never had to go to the States yet. It's not, I thought about going to Florida and checking out warm areas, but I don't know. I just like this, right?
but you know the states too. Like I mean, you know, North America as a whole is such a vast territory. There's so many great things to see across in both the countries. There really is, you know. And same thing when you drive, like go down through Colorado, and then go from Canada all the way down and seeing the changes of rocks down before the plain, and then eventually the desert.
Well, even the Badlands in Alberta, Andrew, is just amazing. Like,
Yeah. I've been to the Badlands. Well, we lived in Saskatchewan. My youngest daughter was
right.
there. Roxy's on the.
It's hard to
Not
see.
sounding happy.
Oh, that's Mia.
Roxy, she doesn't know how to bark. She sleeps all the time. Guy barks when somebody comes to the door.
So you're going to be on tonight, Raj?
Yeah, I'll be on 7 tonight. Maybe 7. Depends what time my son leaves. Well, I got to bring him back, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna have supper here or not. So
We're going to be on, but we're only going on for about a half hour. Members. That's the only thing.
oh, you're not going. It's true. It's Saturday. You don't go on Saturdays, really?
Saturday 7. Yeah, we just go on for the membership of the.
Yeah, membership. Okay. Hey, Nomad Unbroken. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, bud? We uploaded a couple times, but it doesn't get any play. Our channel's still pegged as a live stream, and we uploaded and barely anybody even sees it. So
Okay.
I would have been happier to do it as an upload, to be honest, but
Mm-hmm.
I just won't.
Lionel is. I was doing roofing with a guy 10 years ago. Hauled ship shingles and did the nailing. We could do a medium-sized house 2 or 3 days, depending on the pitch and the roof. Had 2 degrees then. Okay.
Wow.
Nomad Unbroken. Good evening. Good morning, I should say. I've been across our country 3 times. Wow. In your younger years.
Yeah,
You
when
know,
I was young,
I did more of the States than I've done Canada.
My daughter's 9, and she's been in every province except for Newfoundland. That's the only one she's missing.
Okay.
I'm not a big federalist that way. Especially because they're growing in Quebec, you had to revolt because they're so provincial. So
Yeah.
that's the huge thing with my kids. I want them to realize, you know, their country from side to side, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a nice property you got there, Rick.
Yep.
yeah, it's not too bad. It needs a lot cleaned up, and it's pretty thick and not overgrown. But like I say, it was abandoned basically for 10 years. So
Good project.
yeah, exactly. It's the coronavirus in a weird way has been a bit of a blessing because I've had the time to get in here and get some of this done. So
Well, that's what people are doing. They're getting a lot of stuff, you know, that they never had the time for. The world has finally slowed down enough to do some of it.
yeah, exactly. I feel bad for the people that are, you know, they got mortgages to deal with and all that, right? Like, you know, I'm not doing too much whining. Life's pretty easy for me. So
But I gotta say, you know, it's scary. I hope a lot of people learn from this too, and I know it's something. But for God's sakes, I hope some people learn from this and start putting some money aside because
at least not living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of the guys I work with, Andrew, they basically drowned instantly because they're so used to having that $1,200 take home a week. They just squander it, right? Like,
that's what it comes to. I had a business partner. I had a sign company here in Montreal. It cost us $110 to put diesel in the truck on a Monday. We would leave $120 in because he needed money from us every week. Every
Really?
Friday we had to do a cash out for him. How do you build
Wow.
a business when you have nothing left at the end of the week?
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
2
that's-
years, I put away $17,000. 2 years later, he was still $400 left on his credit card.
Uh,
I don't use no credit cards. I don't use no credit.
I use it. I use it because of business for points and that, but I treat it like it's an ATM. I know what money's on my card. I know where my boundaries are, and I won't go past it unless it's death, dying, total emergency. That's it. I don't care.
Yeah, I
that's the-
think you gotta always have a couple of credit cards around, but don't use them if you have to. And
Yeah.
if you do use them, take your girlfriend or your buddy out for lunch or whatever, but then pay it right off.
Yeah.
That's right.
What
Yep.
increases your
Yep.
that increases your standing with the loan institution.
Yeah.
But Paul, I realized with him talking, the mindset, it wasn't just him. But he looked at it like it was another bank account. He didn't even see it as a loan with a high interest rate. He
Yeah.
looked at it as another one of his accounts, just like a checking, a savings. And oh, I got money on my credit card. Well, yeah. Okay, and it's paying a 19% interest on.
Well, in schools today, they don't teach in-depth personal finance at all.
Nothing. And the parents don't know how to do it. My whole generation, I'm 26, horrible with money and debt. Horrible.
Well, and you got to remember the older generations, like your parents and my parents, they didn't have that kind of access to credit like that.
When they got a credit card, you got to meet the bank manager. It was a big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know, you'd been with them for 15 years, so with great control. There was many reasons for it. It was a celebration, like buying a car. Now,
That's right. That's right.
boom.
Rick, Blind Nell says, have you heard stories? I have heard stories of Bigfoot, Sasquatch over on the island. You ever heard anything?
Well, I don't want to turn your channel into all that, Roger, but you could probably tell by my response that, you know, what a subject to bring up with me. Okay. Yes. Yes, I've heard lots of stories.
Yeah.
That's the easiest straight to it answer.
Well, you need to get yourself a bigger drone with a thermal imaging camera and have some fun.
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
send
the
Jim up there.
I have a
Also-
thermal imaging scope on a certain device that I call a tool, not a gun, but so
Right.
I can definitely do that at night. But the thing is, you can't walk around in Canada with a gun at night, first and foremost.
Yep.
And really, I don't have much time to chase Bigfoot. So I've smelled things in the bush that's not anything I've ever smelled before. And I know what a bear smells like, and I know what cats smell like, and so on and so forth. But other than that, I don't, you know, I'm not denying saying there isn't anything, but there's definitely a smell that I can not pin. But other than that, no. I got this structure here that you could call possibly a Sasquatch structure,
Okay.
but
So you didn't build that.
no, that was here when I got here. So I just have to assume the previous owners, kids, I don't know. It's,
Yeah, but you
No.
said it's been
I-
empty for 10 years.
yeah, I threw this wood on it, but other than that, all the rest of the sticks were just like that.
Okay. Hey, John, how you doing? John Donato is on the
John.
panel now.
All
So
right.
there,
Hello,
there was
everybody.
originally a trail that came through this property. I'll show you. And I'm just thinking that probably somebody on a quad had done that, kids or something. If you look
Yeah.
down that way, that actually goes all the way out to the next road. I'll walk it a little bit.
Yeah, Rick,
So I assume it was kids.
Furball Kim says Yeti builds like that. There you go.
I've seen stuff like that, Kim, but I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that I was here when we got here. But this trail is a pretty wide trail. I'm assuming a 4-wheeler and some kids.
Roger, could I drop a link in the chat for somebody?
Yep.
This is a friend of mine, BNO. He's been in here before. He's really getting into Bigfoot stuff and that. If you're looking like for somebody to check out that about Bigfoot, he's taking a lot of people's stories from everybody.
Well, you know, I used to think they were always talking about Furball Kim because you know, he has a big foot, you know?
Oh, coffee. Sure. Thank you, sweetie.
Look, The whole thing about
Oh,
that
he's
whole
getting the
topic-
curb service again, Roger.
Yeah,
Curb
see,
service, yeah.
Audrey this time.
The whole thing about that topic is it's so much people just trying to make money off the
Well, yeah.
bull crap of it. If anybody wants to learn, go to howtohunt.com. Check out that guy. He's the only one that I have any faith that actually doesn't want to make money, need to make money, just wants the truth, that's what I suggest somebody watch. And he's on YouTube. He's a fellow Canadian. He's a hunting guide. So his experience is vast.
Rick, do you ever watch the trapping channels out here?
So where I took you guys at the food plot, I don't know if you've seen, there was actually traps on the trees tied, but they weren't set. So I didn't want to. So my partner, he's actually a licensed trapper, and he owns Williams Animal Control.
Okay.
So yeah, I have watched a lot of trapping.
There's a
and
guy on here that a lot of people watch. His name is Ryan Demchinsky. He's
Okay.
the big guru. He's been on the trapping TV shows and that. Him and I used to work together at Brady Transport hauling oil.
Nice.
He's become kind of a guru for trapping here in Canada, and that you see him a lot on YouTube and that trapping show on the Hunting Channel and that.
Okay, right on. I'll check him out.
I forget what he goes under now. I forget that Ryan78. He doesn't do much here. It's more Facebook based now, I guess. He kind of
Right. Well, I have cousins by the same name as me, and my dad's the same name as me, so I don't have any other social media other than this. But
well, it was we lived away a lot. So like in Xenia, of course, she was 7,000 kilometers from home. So see,
yeah, I get it.
Facebook for her at the time when she started in Saskatchewan, her friends used another program called Fripe at the time that was over there.
Right.
But my mother would send me messages I would never answer because I was always working. So I'm like, will you just take over the damn account? Like it was my name, but you run with it. And then we ended up sharing it for that reason. So
Right on. Yeah, no, it's nice to be out in the woods, especially with this Corona stuff going around.
Yep.
I try not to feed into too much of that. I know everybody's got their own, ideologies, but I'm just doing the same things as I have been doing, and that way, try and keep life as normal as you can, and that way, when it goes back to the new normal, you're already on the ground running, right?
exactly. I mean, we have Xenia has fibromyalgia, and I take Remicade, and Remicade lowers your immune system by 70%.
Wow.
I actually had to refuse my last infusion because of that. So I don't, because I'm the one that can go out. She doesn't drive.
Right. No kidding, Andrew. That's wild.
You just have to be a little more careful, but I don't want to become like paranoid, like type of thing.
I hear you. I had the doctors, with the Meniere's disease, they had me on all kinds of different drugs. And then about a year ago, I went to them and said, listen, I smoke a fair amount of marijuana, and it's the only thing that calms any of the effects. So why don't we just give me a prescription for that, move forward with this, and stop guinea pigging me on all these other pills and whatnot. So the doctor agreed, and that's what we did. And that's when I got better. I literally was out here, woke up on a Monday morning, and the worst part of the disease was gone.
Wow.
Just like that. So I don't know if it was the side effects, all the pills keeping the dizziness going or whatever, but
Well, definitely. I mean, I know Xenia, they had her on a concoction at the end. She had lidocaine and everything. I mean, her liver was going to be shot if it didn't stop,
Exactly.
But sometimes the cure wasn't even a cure. Trying to find something to make it subside was a way worse than the actual problems.
Well, I have a friend that got the polio vaccination way back, and it didn't do good things to him. I'll tell you that.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't have a bucket underneath my bureau. So
Oh, another tip for the tip jar. There we go.
I didn't swear.
I'm doing very well not to swear. Usually I'm potty mouth Magoo, but I've been trying to reel it right in here.
Well, swearing is expensive on this channel. I learned that the hard way.
He says, Carpenter Rick, Furball Kim says, I would enjoy the area you're in. Yeah.
You guys are going to have to come up somehow and spend a weekend, Kim, whenever this coronavirus is gone.
We'll have to bring our big lazy girl with us.
That's all right. The my dog doesn't he's with the kids because he's a chow and he's basically to guard the kids. So when I'm not there, he stays there. So there's no dogs here.
Okay.
You can bring her.
I picture Kim packing a big lunch and him and the dog sitting in the back and Roger driving, listening to Stompin' Tom going up the 401.
Well, I think to here, you guys would come up 17 from where you guys are all at.
I figured it was just more of a memorable highway.
Well, the Stompin' Tom I could see is coming. That's for sure. You got to remember, you're not far from Sudbury, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I was just watching SCTV the other day, a clip of it where there were him and John Candy and what's his name were trying to get doctorate and lawyering jobs in Toronto from New Brunswick. They left him back in Clint. They heard there was good doctoring jobs in Toronto.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Okay, how are you guys today?
Not bad, not bad.
You look
There he is.
dark. All I can see is a bit of, okay, now you get your head up. At least we get a neckline going.
So dark in here.
Oh, your glasses are dark.
I was outside right as I came in. The mail guy came up.
Okay.
So I had to
I'm not
go-
going to be on much longer, John. I'm getting off at 11:30 today.
Okay.
I got to go
15
get my
minutes.
son.
What time are we at there, gentlemen?
11:15.
Quarter past 11.
Right on. We're just aimlessly wandering around chatting. Oh, there's a little birdie bird. We usually get rattlesnakes over here in the sun, but I still think it's too early for them to be out.
You got rattlesnakes on there?
Oh yeah, we got Massasauga rattlers here.
Maybe Kim doesn't want to go there.
Yeah, you might have just scared him off.
Yeah,
Read my eyeball.
They can feel you walking within like 200 feet, and they let you know real far away that they don't want you near them.
Yeah.
You'd have to be really drunk and stupid to come across one. It'd be the only way.
I don't think Roxy's ever come face to snout with a rattlesnake.
Yeah. That's
We
it.
don't want her to either.
No.
She wouldn't. I only the first year I got here, we found one, and that was it.
Okay.
Never seen or heard one since. Not
Okay.
here anyway, but I know there are the odd one. But
Hey, Computer Chick Productions, how you doing? Good morning.
Hey, computer check, what's going on?
look at all this lovely stuff, guys.
Oh, I'm glad there's no more here. I'm glad.
All of it, my dear friend, with pleasure.
So, John, anything going better there for you today, or?
We're all closed down. Other
Yeah.
than that, not much better than that, right?
But no bad news.
Not yet. I haven't talked to Kenny, that shop foreman. I'm gonna go bring him his check today. So
Yeah.
other than that,
Okay.
and last night I don't know what was going on with me. I got into your stream. I started getting dizzy and everything, and couldn't think straight. And that's why I had to go. I'm like, oh, I better go eat something.
Yeah.
A lot going on. We'll do that
A little
too.
stressed, probably. That's all.
Understandable.
I would be stressed out too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But it snowed last night, about 3 inches of snow,
Oh shit.
but it covered everything but pavement. Pavement's
Okay.
too hot. It's steaming right now behind this little shack. It's just steam coming up off the snow all over the grass and everything. It's melting quick too. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 60. But the Hilltown's got like 8 inches to a foot. Wet.
You guys see that?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Can you see it? Can you guys see that?
Now
Yeah.
I can see it.
Is that an old marker? I've wondered. It looks like a broken in half marker.
That's what it looks like. Looks like an old land marker or something. What state are you in?
Province. And
In a province. I don't know if you can see that. Almost looks like it's been etched.
Yeah.
I can't. The thing is, I picked this up about 20 feet from here and can't remember where I picked it up. And I'm kind of feeling like it might have marked something. And I
Oh, you
should've-
moved it?
when I bought the place, right?
Yeah.
but you didn't have
It's
to have
right
it
in the middle.
when you bought it. You didn't have to have it resurveyed.
See, that's the thing. Somebody else tried to buy it before we did, but he never came up with he never got financing because the house had sat so long. But I didn't need financing because I bought it for cash and I can do my own home inspections and whatnot. So
Yeah.
the survey was still valid. I just had to pay for it.
Right.
So
But they didn't do their marking lines along. Usually, like you get a marked.
Usually put a rod in the ground. Yeah.
I'll
Where
show
they
you.
Put orange stuff on the trees, you know.
You got her.
plastic
I'm gonna
ties.
I'm gonna take you to it. That stone definitely isn't nowhere near where I found that. You guys see the stake?
Not yet.
You don't see a stake in the ground with an orange flag on it?
Nope.
No, hard to see it with the phone.
Yeah, exactly, Ken. That's an old time marker that way. That's
Oh, it's right on the ground. It's right ground level, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yep. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, that's the
Now you got
actual
it.
that's the actual survey stake. So we got to be 100 feet away from that other thing.
but I don't think that stone that I mean the lines changed over time. I don't think he was based on that was there from a long time ago. That was
That could have been. It could have been a tribal marker or something. You know.
And that's the problem, Paul. You know what I mean? So I actually feel guilty that I moved it now, but it was laying face down, so I never thought
Now,
anything.
is the writing in English or no?
I can't even
Like
verify that that's writing.
Look like carving almost, like a.
That's right, John. It looks like carving, right? So, so my brother-in-law is full native from here, and he looked at it and he said it's nothing that he would recognize.
even if it was for a survey. I mean, they've surveyed past over that many times. Like I wouldn't
Well,
have.
what I'm wondering is, you know, they're digging the hell up out of Oak Island looking for the big buried treasure. I wonder if he's sitting on it.
Oh, imagine that.
That's true.
You know, it could say something like, "He who finds this have now enriched the rest of your life."
Yeah, imagine that, eh?
So Rick, you don't remember where you moved it from, or
It was within
roundabout?
10, 15, 20 feet of where I am, John. I was actually walking this trail because some of these trails were sort of existing. I don't know if they were deer paths or whatever. And it was kind of along this. And if you look over here in the bush, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like an old truck and remnants of what used to be a.
Yeah, like
shack.
three sets of trees back or something there.
Exactly.
Square
Exactly.
thing in the woods, yeah.
So that apparently was this old guy that lived here like 150 years ago and died like 100 years ago. That was his homestead. So we're 50, 60 feet from that. You know? So I don't
Sounds like the land has a lot of history. You should get yourself a metal detector.
I have one, John. I have a good one.
Sorry, guys, I gotta take off. Okay, we'll talk.
Hey, Andrew,
11:30. Okay, there, guys.
let us know what you find out about your brother, Andrew.
That Mark,
Andrew.
you guys,
Yeah, Mark.
Mark, yeah, no one's heard from him, right?
Yep. He's missing in action.
Well, let's hope he's not sick.
I bet you it's to do with school. He's a pretty dedicated teacher. So I almost guarantee that's it.
Well, he put a schedule up for a show tonight, so he'll be on tonight.
Yeah. No, you can tell that he really cares about the youth. So you know that, you know, during times like this, that's a lot of what he's up to for sure.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Which having 3 kids, you know, I can appreciate that for sure. Well, thanks again for having me on, Roger. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
no
cool
problem.
watching you go. I wish I had caught more of it. You going through the woods and everything. I like that.
Oh, he showed us where there's a Bigfoot nest.
I caught that just before the post office guy pulled up. What he thought was a some type of animal was living there anyways, for sure.
Well, they piled sticks up and made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
something.
I'll rewatch the stream.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, right? Like,
Yeah, you just never know.
I think it was kids, my own self.
Yeah, but would kids be that meticulous? I mean, that's pretty. You'd have to. I bet you to forage all of that and then strip it off and lay those sticks in there. You're talking about a half a day.
Oh, easily. Yeah, I would say, Paul. It took me it took me a long time just to clear a couple of little paths here. Like, that would have been just nonsense, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it was probably kids back in here, but I mean, who knows? This, like I said, this property is probably pretty storied. We just don't know the story of it, right?
Did you ever go to town hall, find out the story of the property?
This place?
Yeah.
Well, the people we bought it off, they bought it like their family bought it like, I don't know, basically off the family of that old guy, the place I showed you. So there's only been 2 previous owners that we can really track, and that takes it 220 years back, right? So,
Okay.
and that's about all we really know.
Yeah.
Like we said, the place sat empty for years and years and years, and they owed quite a bit of taxes on it, and that's basically, they sold it for whatever the lien against it, basically.
Lucky you got a good bargain on it though.
It is what it is. There's still bargains here on Manitoulin Island. If you have 100,000 or 150,000, you can still find stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no work. Like, that's why, I'm not able to be here often.
Yeah. Yeah, like Kim says, you can search the history and land deeds. It's free.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, guys, I'm gonna be closing it down in the chat. So everybody stay on the panel for a minute. Okay, everybody in the chat, y'all take care, and I'll be seeing you tonight at 7 p.m. So have a good one, everybody.
Cheers,
Thank you all
guys.
so much.
See you guys
Bye
later.
for now.